Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome to our ever-growing spreadsheet of ideas that you guys want us to do, list of demands I like to call them. And we're doing our absolute best to crack through them, but it just takes a long time. Next, discussing, I also have some ideas today. No, it's Richard Darstley has asked us how to knock out airfields, and the actual question is, stand by. Have you done a vid specifically about knocking out airfields? Was some discussion about it after the Grounding Sidewinder raid vid, and what weapons to use? I heard chatter before about the vegan RB04 as a runway buster, so I tried it. Extremely hard to land it on the target, but it did seem to make a large crater before it blew me up. I wonder what other odd options there are besides JSOW, JDAM, lofting, dumb bomb, ripple, MiG-21. Whatever that's all under. Let's get to the ethos of the question here. Oh, and we've got some notes, stand by. Any crater on a runway will cause the AI to stop taxiing a takeoff. Okay, so in terms of AI, any crater on the runway will just stop them taking off. You can put a Mark 82, a Mark 83, a JSOW, a JDAM, anything you want, and it will stop them taking off. Craters are 2D objects that cause planes to bounce around and occasionally explode if you drive your plane through them. The bunker busting bombs, the GBU 31V3 and JSOW tend to be best, but I have yet to test all bombs. The bigger the warhead, the larger the crater. So, and the reason we put this off for so many weeks is that this is a hard test. There's so many parameters in this. We could test for hours. So we've really got to condense what we're going to test, make the question concise. So we've already said that anything will stop the AI taking off. So AI is out, and we're only looking at humans taking off. Next thing is we go back to the original question. The question was brought after we did a raid on Grounding Sidewinders server, and the mission was to take out the runway so they couldn't take off from a certain runway, so humans only. So the question we're asking is, if we want to stop humans taking off, it doesn't say what plane, so we'll do a plethora of planes from a runway, from an airfield. What's the best way to take it down? What's the best weapon to use? Now, there was some odd choices here. We've got choices of RB04, I've seen RB05s, JDAMs, and dumb bombs and whatnot. And what we're not going to look at today is the best way to get to the airfield and physically avoid AAA, because that opens up such a big question that's just too big a question to answer. So we're going to look at purely damaging the runway. We're not going to worry about how we get there and we're not going to have any defenses. Physically, how the DCS engine works with, once we've damaged that runway with certain different types of weapons, how that human player can find difficulty taking off. So what's the best weapon to use in terms of damage creation? That's what we're going to do. If you want us to follow this up with a video of how to physically get to a runway, altitudes, speeds, countermeasures, ranges, maybe we can do that as well. But that's a really big video. So let's jump into DCS and let's show you the ideas that we've got. Here's the test. Now, the first thing is to say is that there are so many different combinations of planes and weapons that we could use. There must be, I don't know, 200 combinations of stuff we could try. It's just not feasible to do that. So what we've done instead is split them into typical types of weapons that, if you like, cover all of the different warhead types and warhead sizes. And from that, you can extrapolate your own results. So 6 runways. Sharjah International 3 runways, Dubai International 3 runways that we manufactured. We've shown the runways. Some of them are taxiways, but they're good enough to use as runways. The beginning and end of each of these runways is shown by a smoke signal, so you can see the 3 runways there. All runways are 1.5 miles, so that's the beginning of these runways, that's the end of these runways. That's how we've got to introduce controls into this test. And once the runways have been bombed, we've got vehicles that are going to try and take off. They are loaded, F-14B, A-10C, AGS-37s. The reason we've chosen those they are just good bug-free planes with good solid damage models. And Dubai International is exactly the same, 1.5 mile runways, 3 runways, exactly the same, aeroplanes loaded for combat, ready to use those runways. So each of the 6 runways is going to be attacked in the same mission, but with a different type of weapon. So this is the single warhead airport. It's going to contain, first of all, an AGS-37, a very normal thing to do with an AGS-37 is to attack a runway, and we always do it with these. Yes, you can use an RB04, yes, you can use an RB05, but it's not traditional, and we've actually found it really difficult to do in real life. These at 50 feet are the best. These are Mike 71s. These are 16 bombs. Each of those bombs are about 250 pounds. That's a very small bomb, but there are lots of them, and they spread them. And regards spread, each of these, as best we can, we're going to spread down the length of the runway to keep it as testable and repeatable as possible. So this Vigum is going to spread its bombs down 1.5 miles. Because if you just bomb that end of the runway, then the plane would just take off from that end of the runway. Human player's clever. He knows if that's bombed, we're going to take off from there. So we're going to do the best we can to put the whole runway out of action. Next on the solid warhead runway is the A-10C. Now, in reality, you wouldn't use an A-10C to bomb a runway. It's not a strike aircraft, but for testing purposes, it's a good bomb truck. This is going to test large, single, non-penetration warheads. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Mark 84s. These are 2,000 pounds high explosive bombs. We're going to set where we can everything to tail detonation, so that the tail fuse is set off for extra penetration. Is this modelled in DCS? We're almost certain it's not, but we're going to do that anyway. Next, for the solid warheads, we've got another typical way of taking out runways. And when I say typical, we've done campaigns, results-based campaigns like the coffee campaign, where you really have to take out runways and do the most serious thing you can to take out a runway. Another good way is we use JSOWs. We can launch them from 70 miles away and bomb runways. It's very hard to intercept these bombs. Sorry, not a JSOW. Its sister, the JDAM.
Oh,
JSOWs aren't much good at taking out runways. They can be shot down by TORs and things like that. JDAMs can't be shot down for whatever reason. We've got the bunker buster variant, or the concrete destruction variant. So this is really configured. These are £2,000, I think, guided. We'll spread them with a T-pod over the runway. They are literally designed for creating damage to runways and concrete and bunker busters. So those are the solid warhead variants. Small, lots of bombs, spread. Big, solid, non-penetration bombs, spread. Penetration bombs, spread. Big warhead. Next, a Mirage 2000. It's carrying 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 belugas. Belugas are pretty much designed for taking out runways. Will that work in DCS? Absolutely no idea. Next, we've got the Su-25. This is carrying 6 times BTAB 500 SHP. And this is like the Durandal, the French Durandal. It drops, it has a parachute, it guides itself down, it rocket motors itself into the runway. It's designed for blowing up runways, primarily. Pierces the tarmac, or whatever, concrete, and then explodes from below and creates the biggest damage crater. Is that actually modelled in DCS? But the damage of the runway? Probably not. But we'll give it a go. You know, this is literally what you guys asked for. Next, bit of a funny one, but I figured we need to try something a bit different. And this is, again, something we've actually found is really effective, physically killing runways. Get an Su-27. You can take 4 of these. Maybe the J11 can take more. I haven't checked. 4 of these S-25s. They carry a 500-pound warhead, I think it is. So it's basically a Mark 82 with penetrating power. Because it's a rocket, it's coming at high velocity. It has some penetrating power. We found these actually really good for taking out runways. And that's it. Those are the different weapons that we're using. I'll explain the reason why we're using this category of weapons. It should cover more or less everything that's out there in terms of warhead and kind of specification and the job that it does. In terms of actual damage, like I said, we are going to spread them equally down the runway because, like I said, a human is clever. If you just bomb that side there, he'll just take off from here. If you just bomb that side here, bomb the middle here, then he'll kind of just try and take off from here with a light load or something. Hence, we're trying to bomb the whole runway. Now, what we've actually found when it deals with humans, the best way to actually stop humans is actually bomb the taxiways. So you bomb that joint there, that joint there, that joint there, and that joint there, and that joint there, and that joint there, and that joint there with JDAMs, and then he can't actually get to the runway. However, humans know that they can get across the grass because the DCS engine allows it. It takes a while, but they can get across the grass. Humans also can take off from taxiways. AI can't do that. We're going to have a gentleman's agreement here that humans can't take off from taxiways. So bombing the runway will put the airport out of order. That's just the rules like we had in Coffee Campaign. You can only take off on the main runway. You know, it's the way to keep it realistic and fair. That's all the parameters I've explained. We're now going to go put the bombs down and try and take off for them. So stand by. Right, we're going to unleash our C on the Wagner-mobile. He's going to go and do that. I'm going to start on the flanker. S-25 coming in, yo. Look at the size of them. Look at the size of them. I think that's the CCIP pivot, but we've got to get it nice and close just in case. You know, lasers. Wow, that didn't go where I wanted
Launch authorized.
Now you're good.
Yes, it did. Shit, I can't remember how many I've got. Oh, that was the last one. Right. I mean, they're big. Oh, that's not going to stop an A10 taking off. They're tiny. Going to go around for a visual inspection. What doesn't help is that these are massive runways, RC. We're going to have to make some restrictions on the plane taking off because these are much bigger than military runways. What we need to find is the average width of a military runway, and then we can refine the takeoff to that. Yeah, if we aim roughly for the middle. Okay, well, it might slightly hinder someone, but that's not going to stop them taking off. Right, I'm going to go next for the B-tabs, you know, the ones that never work. Stand by.
Oh yeah, the rocket.
You see, they've got the rockets at the back. Parachute and then rockets at the back. One thing I've learned about these is you've got to have plenty of altitude, otherwise they don't work. So, Supercap's going for altitude, yo. Okay, I'm going to place my first CCRP marker. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Not there. There. And fly the needles, fly the needles.
Launch authorized.
Woo! Watch this baby go. Woohoo! Bump! Oh, I missed. And therein lies the problem.
On my screen, you hit.
No, that was hit the wrong runway. And this is the problem with this bomb. It just doesn't hit shit. I was testing this with Sherman like a year ago, and we couldn't actually hit the runway we were going for. We'll keep trying, but it just doesn't work. So, valued viewers, watch my CCRP Pipper go directly on the runway. Watch me fly perfectly alongside it. And wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And go and fly and keep level and level and level and level, 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 level. And
launch
ping.
authorized.
Perfectly on target, and then it just goes skew if. As soon as that rocket motor hits, it just goes weird. Just completely gone. Have we got any wind on? Stand by. No, zero wind. It just doesn't fly right.
Hey, Cav, you hit the dead center of that runway on my screen.
Oh, really? Must be
Yep.
desync. Oh, fuck, no. It's
Yep.
not going to
You
help,
hit
is it?
dead center.
So now, to aid all of that, we've got desync to worry about. Wagner! Ah, so what we can do is get you to try and take off then. If the desync means that you can see it, you'll be taking off through it, and you can give us a footage of that. Okay.
Okay.
Right, we've got it. We've got it sorted, guys. We've got it sorted.
Launch
Supercap.
authorized.
Oh, that's your bomb. I'm going to watch yours instead, RC. Don't you miss that thing. Don't you miss that thing. Smack center. Well done. Oh, good luck taking off on that. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's a big hole.
Did mine? Mine's gone. I got 3 more to do.
Launch authorized.
Bomb 4 away. Mute, mute. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Woo! Boom! Makes such shitty little explosions. Boom, boom, long time. Bomb
Launch
drop.
authorized.
A bomb dropper. That's flying up beauty. Oh, it's actually going to hit the runway. Whoa, hit the runway. Oh, that is a big explosion on the runway, RC. That is a big explosion.
Definitely.
Okay, that took literally for evs, but the last bomb is about to be Oscar Mike. He's got it. He's got it.
Launch
On the
authorized.
nose. And wait. Woo! Subutio. Big old bomb hole, that is. Big old bomb hole. Right. That is me done here. I'm next going to go back to Vigan. Welcome back, valued viewers. Let's get this shiz set up. Plan. Shit. I've got to work out the meterage of this stuff, RC. Stand by. 1.5 miles in meters. 1.5 miles in meters. Come on, valued viewers. Our runway is 2,778 meters long, divided by 16 bombs. So that is 15 spaces. Equals 185 meters between each bomb. Biggest we can have is 60 meters. So that is a third of what we need. So we'll just bomb in the middle of the runway. No problemo. Does it go from dot to circle or circle to dot? I can never remember. Oh, I haven't put the QFE in. Actually, I think the QFE will be right. Stand by. I'm just going to do a QFE test. The QFE is very close. I think it's near enough. I'm going to go for it. Okay, valued viewers, prepare for lots and lots of bombs. Lots of bombs.
Going to...
My QFE is slightly off, but it's near enough.
Going to A10C.
What do I get you to say? You just space them down the middle, I'll see. We'll do a runway restriction on it. Cap it. Wait for it, 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 wait for it. Bomb drops! Woo! Beautiful! Big un for the win! Big un for the win! I did half the runway RC. It would only let me do half the runway for the spacing. So, I mean, that's as good as we're going to get out of a vegan. Next, I'm going to go for, what have you done? You've done the Hornet, you're doing the 80. I've got to do the Belugas next. And I can't actually remember how to use them, so go suck a lemon, I suppose. Okay, valued viewers, we've now got the Mirage, which is a wolf in sheep's clothing, but I've got to remember how to use the Belugas, and I can't. There's the Beluga. Oh, you got to do your special mode and all that bollocks, haven't you? I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I'll see. I got it. Right, I'm back. Caps remembered. I can actually do this properly. I'm going to do 6 drops. Hope I've got that right. I'm going to drop 6 with a distance times 10 meters. So 2,800 meters divided by 6. So that's actually 5 spaces equals 500 meters. Wow, that's half a kilometer. I'm going for 400 between each Beluga. I feel that's the thing to do, RC. So it's 400 meters times 5 is 2,000 meters, which is 0.75 of a mile. I think that'll do. I hope they're retarded.
I don't think so.
Okay, cap is... Pew, 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 pew. Are they dropping? Are they dropping?
Yep.
Yeah! Okay. Super maths. Right, I don't know when they're finished.
Damage, I think. No, maybe not.
Yeah! Look, they worked! Oh, I'm so clever sometimes.
You still have...
Ah, never mind. That's good enough.
Pretty good.
Look, it worked, RC. It worked. Something I did worked.
Good. Nice.
Right, I'm going to get out of the aeroplane now. I'm now going to go and assess the damage. So first thing to say is the Vigum has bombed successfully. The A10C has bombed on the one half of the runway for some reason, which is a bit weird. So I don't suppose that's going to work.
I'll come back in, do it again.
Yeah, the other half really needs bombing, RC. Yep. Oh, the JDAM is just amazing. Only one JDAM hit on mine, but...
No, there was 4, but they all hit the same spot, even though I changed them.
Oh, see? Okay.
I changed them, something wasn't working on it.
Well, at the end of the day, to be honest, it looks like that one is going to do enough damage. I can't see anyone taking off through that massive thing. The Belugas have done absolutely nothing. Wagner! So the anti-runway bombs haven't done anything unless it's just not visible. What I do here, the S-25 rockets have done some damage, but I don't think that's going to stop anyone taking off. We'll just have to see. Next is the B-tabs, the runway destroying bombs. Now on my screen, most of them have missed, but on RC's screen, because of desync, again, Wagner.
I'll go back and look, but I know for sure one hit dead center.
Yeah, so we'll probably do that on RC's screen. So what we're going to do now is do some tests and see if we can take off. Oh no, we've got to do some runway sizes. Let me go and investigate average runway, military runway width. Okay, so we've got an average runway width 0.035 nautical miles. So let's go back to our tests, because these are commercial. They're going to be miles wider. So the kind of tests we're getting here are 0.5. So military runway is going to be more like that there. Basically 2/3 of the kind of thing that we're looking at here. Okay. And let's go and have a look at Sharjah. So, yeah, that kind of size is military. That kind of size is military, slightly big. As long as we stick behind those white lines, I think it's near enough. Okay, I'm going to go and get my Tomcat, and I'm going to try and take off, first of all, on your JDAM bombs. Okay, we're coming up to a first runway. It's approximately 0.03 nautical miles wide, which is about military spec. So let's try and take off. Stand by. We're a little bit short here, but The bomb is quite far down, and it would be a lot closer in reality. Where is the middle? Here it is. Okay.
I'll tell you one thing, you're not getting around that.
Yeah, I'm not getting around that.
Come on, man, you're too fast.
Jesus Christ, that bomb crater is over 0.03 nautical miles wide. I can't quite pull up yet. I'm now backstick. I'm backstick, RC. I'm backstick. I'm backstick. And
You just disappeared.
yeah, it worked. Right, first test confirmed, RC. I mean, in reality, I could have took off before then because I could have put afterburners on, but in reality, you wouldn't have fucked up your J down, and that J down would have gone pang, 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 pang.
Right.
So you really want to take a runway out. Use the bunker busting J down. We've literally already got the answer to this, but everyone wants to see the other ones, so let's go. The next is 16 Mark 84s that yet again RC managed to put all on one side of the runway. So we're gonna have to have.
No, they're all down.
Yes, I'm fully aware that they're all down, RC. Okay, so
I spread them out.
I'm
I
just
put another set on there.
I'm just going to show the viewers,
Wait, let me see.
and now you can go and argue with the viewers, RC. Now, because you've done that, I'm going to take off an A10 because A10 takes a long time to take off, obviously. So bomb truck is loaded up with medium, I guess. I'm going to need you to guide me to the runway, I'll say.
Then
Yep.
you're going to be on the middle of the A10
The
runway.
crater is enormous for that J down. Really is massive. Right. Oh wow, I'm literally on the craters. Right. So I'm just going to tiptoe my way through because I don't want to get smacked down. There, for Mark 8, bearing in mind this is the same. Okay. That's a thing. Am I dead? I am. Let's try that again.
Okay, so
Yeah, I got it.
Good.
I think I've got it.
Fast.
Yeah. Roger. No, don't burn me. Don't burn me. It's this
next
one.
right is
Yeah.
the correct one.
This one's slightly bigger than what we'd say an average military runway is, but it should be good enough. RC's managed to put them all the way down there, so I've got this aircraft which takes ages to take off, so we should see it come into play, hopefully. Flaps. No, that's takeoff flaps already, isn't it? My bad. Oh dear, there's a crater. I'm going to dodge. Because I'm a human, I have a brain. No, that's not a crater, that's just some tyre marks. There's a
Craters
crater.
in with the tire marks.
Shit! Shit! Ah, shit! I'm full backstick. I'm full. Oh, boom! Okay. Despite your terrible attempt at bombing, that did actually just work, RC. So well done. Mark 84s do completely destroy a runway, unless you can dodge around them, and you can't really dodge around them. Any plane will just get unstable. Next runway, which is slightly above, well, it's about military spec. We'll take a. Loaded up Wigan this time to take off on a Wigan. I think this will work, RC. I'm going to go down this end. It's just easier to get to. Can you tell me how far away I am from my bombs, please?
Where are you? Looking.
I'm just going to do an external view.
You're
I'm going to do an external view. 'cause I'm
the
a bit
other way.
lost. Right, so stand by. Here I am. Here's my bombs. Oh, I did a pretty shitty job myself. I only put it on one half.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard, man.
Yeah, it is, huh?
So this is actually one of the real problems with bombing these things is getting them all the way down the runway, because I'm a smart human. Well, I don't know about that, but I'm a human, and I can just take off there, and I'll take off there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off from where I am. I'm going to imagine that I've spaced them correctly. The thing is, that is the biggest spacing I could do, RC, with the Vigan. We're going to take off from here. Supercap is normal stage 2 takeoff. If I can get it going. There we go. Big heavy bomb truck. I think I am, aren't I? I can't see. Yes, I am. And it looks like I'm going to take off before we get to any bombs. There's some bombs. I'm going to evade them. There's some more bombs. Oh, yeah, it worked. Oh, can I take off? Can I take off? Full power. Come on, Super Cap. You must not die in vain. You must not die in vain. Oh, did you see that shit,
man,
RC? This is why I get the bigger wage packets. Pull out, pull out. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Super Cap to space. Bombs away. I'm intercepting you. Okay, so that pretty much did the job. I only survived by the absolute skin of my teeth there, didn't I, RC? That said, it was hard to put those bombs down because it's impossible to cover the whole runway. Next RC, I'm going to do the Beluga, and almost certainly this is not going to be a problem, but stand by. Okay, ladies and gents, we're doing the Beluga bombed runway. And they looked amazing, but we don't think it actually has any effect. Oh no, there's a massive bomb crater here. I'm on the wrong runway or something.
Oh, that might have been the...
Stand by. I've got myself in trouble here.
Let's see.
It is the wrong... No, I'm on the wrong airport. Sweet! Well done, Cap. Okay.
He just keeps his mouth shut.
He just keeps his mouth shut. Knows what's good for him. Right. How the hell do I get to my Beluga runway? Don't worry,
Alright, where are you?
We'll cut that out. I'll see.
Come on.
We don't want to look like monkeys now, do we? In front of the valued viewers. Oh, I see you, by the way.
Look.
You lit lay 10.
Where are you?
Okay, I'm taking off from runway Beluga. Stand by. My cup of tea's got cold because I've got so into this RC.
That's a problem.
Supercat, power on. Beluga runway. Let me guess, no problems at all. I can confirm, RC, no problems at all. In fact, I'm so confident, I'm just going to power down and go to the next runway.
Yeah, that runway looks really good.
This is literally the smoothest runway I've ever had, even though it's had 6 Belugas or 5 Belugas on it.
Maybe the Belugas have paper leaflets in them.
Maybe saying, surrender! Come eat our cheese instead of fighting! Right.
Or their glitter bombs.
Glitter bomb! Very LTPG friendly, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Who knows nowadays? I'll see, what runway am I? Oh, the S25. Okay, turns out the S25 I thought were good. Turns out they're actually just really terrible.
Yeah, they look small.
They would be good if you could, just for detaching, what do you call it? Detaching, come on brain, taxiways. You know, join a, I can't remember what they're called, ramp, join a taxi days. Okay, I'm going to take off now. I'm taking off on my lovely S25 bombed runway. I can see the craters easily, so I'm going to take evasive action to the right. The craters are so small, they're not going to affect me. I'm a human, look, I have a brain. Bye-bye, S25 crater. There's another one. I'm going to avoid it. This is actually be quite difficult. I'm going to slow down. And I'm not allowed around the side. Oh, 5 minutes.
Oh, you're going to go right through. Oh.
That was surprisingly effective, actually, I'll say. I couldn't go around the side because that exceeded the size of the average runway.
Right. That wasn't bad.
That remains to be seen. Yeah. So what I did there is I had 2 S25s kind of in the middle. The good thing about the S25 is you can aim them really easily. Unlike a lot of these bombs, it's quite a lot hard to aim. So I had these 2 in the middle, staggered, and I'm only really allowed... I suppose I probably could have snuck around the edge, but... I mean, in a bomb truck, it's not that easy. And it did actually create a block right in the middle of that runway. So, not perfect by any means, but we can create some inconvenience by the accuracy of them. Obviously, when you're talking about the M71s over here, wherever they are, you've got basically 0 accuracy. With these, you've got beautiful accuracy, even in a hot scenario. Right, RC, can you have a look at runway 6?
I'm looking.
How many craters have you got on runway?
There's 1, 2, 3... It looks like there's 4 craters in the runway and 1 just off the side.
Okay, well, I don't. So can you please get an A10C, and I need you to film your cockpit view, and we'll splice it in for the valued viewers. Take off from, well, either side, and we'll see how the B-tabs did. Because they do look like...
Is that Surat or Dubai, right?
Yes. Looking at the size of them, that is a B-tab crater. That is an S25 crater, and that is basically a Mark 82, 500 pound. So it shows the size double this. It's bigger explosion than a Mark 84 2,000 pound impact detonator. While we're waiting for your laborious taxiing, because you are such a slow taxier, one thing we can say that is modelled is good is that the bunker busters, the runway concrete busters, do create more damage than the impact variant. So that there has got... I actually don't know how much TNT is inside or how much explosives is inside that, but for the amount of explosive that's inside it, it creates a much bigger hole. Also, if we go back to the other runway, the JDAM 2,000 pound bunker buster created a crater 4, 5, 6 times bigger than its Mark 84 equivalent with tail fuse on, which is still at the end of the day a surface detonator. So, and before, the next thing to say is a lot of you are going to say, how about try what's the word? Delay fuse. Delay fuses are a thing in DCS, and we've tried them, but the damage by them isn't modelled. So if I take a Harrier and put a certain so many millisecond delay fuse on it and run down here with bombs, the bombs will explode, but they cause 0 damage simply because they haven't modelled whatever reason. And that might be accurate. I don't know enough about how bombs work. Maybe a delayed fuse on the Mark 84, maybe the bomb would literally just, by the time the fuse would have gone off, maybe the bomb was just inoperable. I don't know. So I'm not going to say it's ED's fault because I just don't know how that works. But the good thing is like we're seeing here, destructive power on a runway is modelled versus an impact detonator. RC, you're on the wrong runway. How?
I'm going to turn right. Hang on.
Oh.
I'm going to turn right here.
Valued viewers, this is literally what I work with every day.
Here we go. Am I on the right runway now?
Take off. Don't make any special effort to take off quickly. Just imagine you're a normal human. You're going to keep between the lines, RC. Keep between the lines. Don't mess this up now.
I mean, try and avoid.
Yeah, try and evade and within reason. Obviously, you're a bomb truck at the end of the day. You can't, you're not a F5.
There.
Oh, I saw you dip. I saw you dip.
I'm messed up already. Let's see here.
I see. Yeah, one of your wheels is. Oh! You can make it, RC. You can make it. No,
yeah,
get that lift. Get that lift. Come on, RC. I believe in you. I pay you too much to fail,
right
RC.
Here.
Oh! Oh, that's so cool.
All right, so
that's it.
The thing is, if you don't know where the craters are, you can't see them until you're on top of them.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. That's exactly right. And we're going to assume that that the human is on a server where you can't just zoom out like this. Realistic server where you've got to judge them. And yeah, you can't see them. Great. What a great day that was, filming. We've learned lots of things about that. So the summary is, if you want to take out a runway, use a bunker busting or a concrete busting bomb. A BTAB 500, although the graphics look wrong here, do actually work. There's nothing he can do to take off on that runway. It works. They're a pain to lay, to be honest, but that's it. You might be able to ripple them. I'm not sure. Use a bunker busting GBU 31. That works. That completely destroys a runway, especially if you diddle daddle it all the way down the runway. Beautiful. The Vigan one works well, but it can't cover long enough for it can only cut half of a runway off. So you're going to need 2 Vigans to space one half of the runway and 2 half of the runway. The S25s are pretty shit, but because you've got beautiful accuracy over those SU-25s, what you can do is find where the most likely place of taking off from is, and just bing, 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 put 3 together. That makes it possible to get through. So you can use intelligence rather than brute force with S-25, so they're not that useless. Belugas don't work. Fix, please, Wagner. Obviously, they are anti-runway bombs. They should do something. Mark 84s, they work. We had a few problems with laying them down the runway, but if you could again lay them in strategic areas, if you could lay them together, like a batch of 4 of them, that end, a batch of 4 of them, that end, if you had that ability to do that, that could be effective. And that's it. That's all of them covered. That shows the various effectiveness. The easiest one, obviously, is just do the GBU 31, but you might not have a Hornet. Really happy with those results. Oh, we're going to try GAU 8. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you RC. You could have jettisoned all those Mark 84s and make your job a lot easier. So if you can try and keep the bullets roughly in one spot in the middle, because otherwise they'll be too spaced.
Oh, shit.
You shot me, RC! Why did you shoot me?
I couldn't see you.
Of course you couldn't. Okay, no, they don't make bullet holes. I thought they made bullet holes, RC, but they don't.
You'd think they would.
No.
They made some in you.
Yeah, no. I've seen them make holes in like mud and stuff, but not in this. Well, it was worth a go because the GAU is quite a powerful gun. Right, that's it answered. I hope you enjoyed that, everyone, and we'll see you later.